sir. It is Thursday night. It is February the 8th, 2024. It is 8 o'clock Eastern Time, 7 o'clock Central Time. And no, you are not on the wrong channel. No, your computer has not messed up. Yes, you are in the right place at the right time for the truth and nothing but the truth, because it's time for Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And we welcome all of you fine folks here tonight, whether you're watching in your home, in your automobile, your airplane, your yacht, your canoe, or at the lake, or at the beach, or stranded side the road fixing a flat tire. We welcome you to Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live on Thursday night. And we're glad that you tuned us in. Do us a favor, if you don't mind. If you're watching on the Facebook, please reach over, hit the like button, hit the share button. Let everybody know you are watching Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live on Thursday night. We'd appreciate it if you do that. It'd help us get our message out to an even further audience. We welcome all of our people. Man, we got them tonight all the way already logging in Dawsonville, Georgia, and from the bowels of Dougherty County and Albany, Georgia. We got them all over tonight watching, and it is February the 8th, 2024. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show live and in color. Welcome one and all. We got an hour and a half packed full of I don't have a clue what, but we have it packed full of something, and we will deliver it somehow, some way, and hopefully during the next hour and a half, maybe you'll be able to lighten your heart up a little bit, enjoy life a little bit, might learn something new, but I promise you, you will hear the truth here, because we're coming to you live tonight from our studio at an unknown location, our studio at Thompsontown, Georgia, our studio at 100% Flamingo Boulevard, Georgia, and our studio at turn number 3 at the Old Rocket Speedway in Dothan, Alabama. Live all across the United States of America and in foreign countries where it is legal and illegal for us to broadcast. We're going to do it anyway. All 57 states, 5 foreign countries, 4 sunken islands, and the great state of Baker County, Georgia. Great big shout out to all of our viewers up in the great state of Baker County. We welcome you tonight. We do want to give you this disclaimer. If you do not subscribe to Common Sense Thinking, you might want to consider either turning the channel, turning your computer off, playing Super Mario Brothers, or watching a rerun of Welcome Back, Kotter, or something of that nature, because this show's probably not going to be for you, because we're Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show, and we're going to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. Boys, we are coming live tonight, 107.6498765 inches in diagonal, sheer beauty hanging on the wall. We're live tonight at Felix's.
What Felix got something special. I can feel it.
Marvin had to leave home.
Got a Whataburger. Felix.
He had to leave.
Y'all ready for this one? Felix's flatulent lighting demonstrations and training.
Marvin, where do you find these people?
Man, hey, Queasel has been to this town before, and he'll know the man that owns it. Felix's flatulence lighting demonstrations and training. Felix's Fat Folks Are Us dating app. Felix's fried ice cube diet meals. Felix's, it gets better. Felix's fire starting techniques for over indebted assets. And Felix's Flood insurance for desert properties in Flovilla, Georgia.
I don't go for it, man. He's up there. He
So, hey, if y'all are up in the Flovilla area, y'all stop by and see
Yeah.
Felix.
Yeah.
I promise you, he can take care of what you want. You know, I mean, it's amazing. I think that fire starting techniques for over indebted assets. I think he's probably got a lot of customers when it comes to that.
Yeah, Bookie was one of his.
no, that
He was
ain't
trying to buy some insurance from him.
that ain't amazing. What's amazing is I got a old buddy used to be on the fire department up there that when he had that flatulence training, they had to take 2 or 3 fire trucks out there and stand by when they was lighting all that flatulization that was going on up there, you know, like flamethrowers coming out the front door. Matter of fact, they had a tape and they would measure how long the flame was. And that's how you told who won.
Who's the flame measurer? Who held the yardstick?
Wait a minute. It wasn't from
Your
cows,
cousin was
either
one of the
was it?
ones that was holding it up there.
Oh,
If he at your house tonight,
nobody on Martha's Vineyard has no idea what we're talking about. I promise you. But I know some of these South Georgia rednecks do.
Martha's Vineyard is locked down. They are listening to the fearless leader right now. I mean, you know, hey,
they are dialed in.
We can't compete with Jiving Joe up there in Martha's Vineyard. We ain't nothing.
I hope they keep him. I hope they keep him, buddy.
I thought we were gonna quit picking on him, being as we found out last week they was underprivileged.
Yeah, that's right on Martha's Vineyard. Yeah. Well, they done come out of that though. They done come out of that.
Oh, they done made a economic. Okay. All right.
I do want to, somebody put on here, do want to give a shout out. The world lost Toby Keith. Toby was one of the newer ones, but he was still of that old school type country, and he lost the battle to cancer. And so our thoughts and prayers are with his family as he lay him
Marvin,
to rest.
I heard they were, of course, all week been playing different clips on different things, but one of the things I saw was from an award show. I don't know what year it was. But the first thing he did says, I want to first of all thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. That tells me a lot of what I need to know about Toby Keith.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, did you see that one just pop up there, Floyd? Yeah. Bill Hornsby, Don Lane, and Andy Mathis watching from the round table, if you will.
Yeah, they got a panoramic
King Arthur with them.
It's a surround TV screen. It's like you there. You figuratively and literally are there in person. But they dialed in down there. Another thing I want to do while we got a moment, our old good buddy Wayne Gucci. Y'all know Wayne was on our show not long ago. Everybody knows Wayne Gucci. He is celebrating his 59th birthday tonight. And he called in and said he wasn't going to be able to tune us in because his young'uns and his in-laws and all them taking him to eat. They go eat out down there in Bainbridge somewhere down there. He said it someplace down there. He said it's a white tablecloth place down there. So get them, Gucci. Wear them out, man. Eat all you want. Some steak place down there, but I don't know where he says. I'm not going to give a shout out.
Yeah, that's that new steak
down there to eat. So let's just wish him a happy birthday. All y'all wish old Gucci a happy birthday. He'd give you the shirt off his back anytime you need it. I promise you. If he was in the ditch, he'd come pull you out of the ditch.
While we do in tributes, I want to also give a big shout out to the family of one of our fans that passed on, Dr. Boyd Phillips. Dr. Boyd Phillips was a chiropractor in Blakely, and he was a fan of the Dirt Road Sports Show and Charlie Platt. And it went way back before it was ever the Dirt Road Sports Show that he knew us, and big fan of ours. And he meant a lot to us. And give a big shout out to his family as they laid Dr. Boyd to rest today. Yeah,
I was there, Marvin. I was there. A lot of people were there. A lot of people. It was a good service, very good service. And I was privileged to be part of it. And in fact, I used you as for instance in eulogizing.
What do you mean?
Well, I used you what do you mean? Instance. You remember that time you come in? We were getting ready to do our Mayhaw show. We was kind of in the back there. And you came in and you were
That was before we got kicked
fired.
off.
He come in like this.
Fire.
Golly, Queez. He come in. You Queez might have seen him. I don't know, but he was all man. He was all oh mercy, have mercy, oh have mercy. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go on tonight. Oh. And Dr. Boyd Phillips, chiropractor for 50 years, was there. He was the spotlight operator. He worked up in the top, up there in the crow's nest with the
laid on his belly.
Yeah, down in that old people. Yeah, he had about that much room in there, and he was about that thick, but he had about that much room, you know, in there between the ceiling and him. He was in that. He was a chiropractor. And he saw Marvin. I'm sitting over there by Marvin. He saw Marvin. He come over there to it, and he asked Marvin. He says, "You look like you are in distress, Corey." And Marvin said, "Yes." And I'm in the I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go home. I'm just dying. Hey man, he's making faces and all scrunched over his head, all like that. And Dr. Phillips actually said, "Would it be okay if I checked you out and I might be able to help you?" Marvin said, "Oh yeah, be fine." And he said, "First thing I got to do is take your hat off." Marvin had a hat on this big around, cowboy hat on this big around. So I got to take your hat off and take that lit up jacket off with all them rhinestones. Take your rhinestone jacket off and lay it over here. So anyway, Marvin over here, he's all like this. And Dr. Phillips feeling them all on his neck and everything. And he said, "Yes, I can adjust you. I can give you an adjustment and you'll feel better." Mom said, oh, please. Oh, if you got help. So anyway, Dr. Phillips reached over and he grabbed Marvin around the head. Now, which is not an easy thing to do with someone whose head is as big as Marvin's is. So he grabbed Marvin around the head and he went, man, he got to twisting that head back and forth like that. And Marvin gave off this noise from inside of his body. It was a sound that came out. And it sounded like somebody was squishing aluminum drink cans with their feet. About 2 or 3 times it sounded like that. So we knew he got Marvin. He picked Marvin up like that. He got him on his toes hanging down there, toes dead, and which is not an easy job to do for somebody as large and hefty as Marvin did. But he got him up. Anyway, he let him back down, and he got that elbow. He come back with that elbow. It looked like Dusty Rhodes coming down with that elbow. Pow! He got Marvin right in the back there between the dang shoulder blades. He hit him with his elbow between the shoulder blades. And Marvin's body made another sound. It sounded like a dry persimmon limb breaking. And by the time Marvin's eyes rolled back in his head, he rolled back in his head like that. His pupils dilated. He shook his head like that. And all of a sudden, man, Marvin come to. He kind of, man, that's great. And I swear to y'all, I believe if Marvin had not been a Baptist preacher, he'd have broke out in a book dance right on the spot. Did you ever?
He was feeling good that night, wasn't he?
Did you ever pay Boyd for doing that?
No, I don't think I did. I think he went to the grave.
Why do you think he was putting on?
Pay him when you see him in hell. How about that?
Hey, he did. His back didn't get to hurt, and his neck didn't get to hurt until he seen him there. When he seen Dr. Phillips there, that's when he thought he could. Marvin had all that planned out to get him a free adjustment. You had to know how Marvin works.
He got it. I was there and I heard it. Man, I heard all that. I ain't never heard so much racket come out of somebody's body in my life.
That's when it went to hurt. When Marvin saw that, he said, "Now maybe if he do it him, he won't charge me for it, and I'll give me a free adjustment." That's exactly the way Marvin works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And probably when
it was a good. Yeah, we love him more. He was a good guy. I tell you what, he was a great guy.
Charlie, tell them.
Well, there's a lot to talk about here tonight. Let me say this. We talk about Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue at the intersection of 231 and 3 Notch up in Troy. And you can go up there any day and get you the finest barbecue you'll find anywhere. The ribs, the pulled pork, the chicken, all the great side dishes that go along with it. But for everybody right there in Colquitt, in Miller County, in Early County, in Seminole County, listen to me. Listen good. This Saturday from 10:30 to 2:30, Outlaws Bussin' Barbecue truck will be set up in the parking lot of Phillips, right there in Colquitt, Georgia. Go to their Facebook page. We know you got Facebook because you're watching us, but go to their Facebook page after a while and take a look at what all they're going to have. And you might want to call and order ahead, especially if you're one of these fanatics that's going to be watching the Super Duper Bowl on Sunday. This is the best way you could do this whole thing, is to go ahead and call them and tell them what you want, how many slabs of ribs. Do you want a whole Boston butt? I mean, whatever you want, they'll do it. Plus, they're going to have a limited number of ribeye steaks. It's just all too good to be true, but it is. And it's going to be in the parking lot at Phillips Auto Parts. That's going to be this Saturday from 10:30 to around 2:30 in the afternoon. Get out there and get you some fine barbecue and get you enough to last you throughout the weekend. So if you got some folks coming by to watch the ball game, you'll have plenty to eat. You won't find any better anywhere. Outlaws up yonder in Troy, and then Saturday the truck will be 10:30 to 2:30 at Phillips and Holstered 9 right there in Colquitt, Georgia.
Queasel, go ahead and tell them about where he will be Saturday at Phillips Auto Parts in the Holstered 9.
Well, he's gonna have to get there early because there ain't no parking spot up there. I'm telling you, them people is doing the business. It beats anything I ever seen. It makes me feel good to see hometown people doing the business that this bunch is doing. Johnny and Key there at Phillips Auto Parts, they got all your parts you need, everything you need, from farming to street to your car, keeping your cars clean, your trucks clean. They got all that. They got gifts for the ladies. They got all kind of accessories for trucks. Something you might not know. If you want some of these toolboxes and these souped up deer, you need one of these bumpers on the front. Keep them deer from tearing up the front of your truck. Cause they got anything like that you want. They custom built, fit the trucks. They can get them for you. It don't take them long to get them. They got all that. They got those world famous rabbit pellet grills, the Floyd B. Lloyd brand rabbit pellet grill, not just any rabbit pellet grill. These have the stamp of approval from Floyd B. Lloyd. They have Floyd Select rabbit pellets. These is the one. Floyd tried all these rabbit pellets and he found the few that he really liked. And so that's the selection that they sell from. They got them going. And if you go just right, every now and then you'll catch them when they're cooking something. You can just taste and see how good it is. But then when you walk over to that Holstered 9, I'm telling you, it is probably as nice a gun store as you're going to go in this part of the country. Any kind of long gun you want, shotguns, rifles, they got it all. They got them hung all over the wall. They got all the accessories you need for them. They got those scopes. I hear these folks talking about all these fancy scopes they got. I said, where you get it from? I said, get it out there at the Holstered 9. Said they get them, put them on for you, sight it in for you. They got anything in that line you want, all kind of ammunition. I didn't know that it took different kind of ammunition for different kind of hunting. I don't know nothing about hunting, but they was telling me, having a conversation last week about the different types of bullets that you need to do different things. And they was telling me that they got it all out there. Great selection, great prices, people there to help you. Go see them. They got anything you need to cover your automotive, your vehicles, your guns, Second Amendment rights, right under those two beautiful American flags. 27 South, just off the square, maybe a mile off the square. Can't miss them.
Guys, speaking of hunting, Queasel, Miss Ashley Smith from Ashford, Alabama, sent this in to us yesterday. She got this doe earlier in the week, and she was proud of that doe, and she wanted to share it with us and all of our viewers here on Charlie Platt, the Dirt Road Sports Show. That's Miss Ashley Smith from Ashford, Alabama, with her nice heavy doe right there. That's gonna make some good eating right there. Charlie, when does deer season go out in Alabama?
I'm like Queasel. I don't do any hunting, but I think it's either I think it's this weekend. I'm not sure, but
It
I think
needs to be year round. It needs to be year round.
Yeah.
exactly. And that thing that Goocher, happy birthday again, Wayne. Even though you eating over at the fine white tablecloth place, they don't tell him, oh boy, he's gonna have a good time tonight. But happy birthday. It's like Goocher said, I ought to make anybody that comes out of Florida and leases anything in Georgia, Southwest Georgia, Southeast Alabama, and there's a ton of them that do it. They need to be required to at least harvest, so the folks on up yonder won't get upset with harvest 5 to 10 doe before they can be allowed to shoot at one with the horns on it. I think that is a good idea, and if some folks in politics think that through, that'd be a good thing to introduce.
And they ought to do something.
You said,
And all them folks, like I say, coming up here out of Florida, all them rich doctors and lawyers and bankers and all these hedge fund guys and all that coming up here with plenty of money, written land out from under everybody around here. They ought to be required to process the meat and distribute it to the poor people or whoever, but make sure that the meat gets processed and gets divided out to people who would consume it.
Exactly.
Not just leave it laying out there in the woods. That's
surely they don't do that, do they?
Oh, they dump it on dirt roads over here. If they know where there's a old wooden bridge or a dirt road that there ain't much traffic on, they'll get the back strap and dump the rest of it in the creek.
And if it's a mountable deer, it cut his head off or saw his horns off at his skull.
That's
up
right.
there. Rest of it, leave it, man. Yeah, look at it. Go home, put it in the office in there on the wall in the office in there. And they big shots now. Now we big time it now, boy. Look at that. Look at all these mounts I got. Big deal.
You mean as good as deer meat is, they don't take the deer meat and process it?
No.
Ain't got time for that, man. That's too much trouble.
Man,
You got to drag that thing out of the woods, and you'd had to cut his guts out and hang him up. Then you got to take him to the processing plant and do all that, and you got to pay some. They ain't got time for that, man. They got to get back. They got to get back to the motorhome and open up that bottle of Johnny Walker and then be imbibing in that. Put that big fillet on the grill out there and be cooking it. They ain't got time for stuff like that. Man, you talking about poor folks doing. Hey, you talking about poor folk stuff now.
What was that word you used? Imbibing. Yeah, give us, define that. I've heard you use that a lot.
Imbibing means that's a word that some people use to define what they're doing and to negate the meaning of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna pour me a drink of whiskey. That's what poor folks say. I'm gonna pour me a drink of whiskey, or I'm gonna take me a drink of whiskey. That's what poor folks say. Regular folks say that. People, these folks, like I just described, coming out of Florida with all the trust fund babies and all the bankers and the lawyers and all that, they come here. They imbibe, and it means that don't mean what it means to us. It's a different imbibe means they got them a crystal glass. They got them a glass like that, and they got them some ice, and it's got to be. You can't be right ice out of a ice tray or nothing like that out of the refrigerator. You got to have the right kind of ice cube. You got to have the big cubes, round cubes, and then you got to pour that. Johnny Walker, at least Johnny Walker Black, sometimes Johnny Walker Blue on there, or some of that Knob Creek on there, over the rock. And then they'll sit there and rattle that ice, and then they'll sip on it, and they be imbibing. And after they done imbibed, about the same amount that somebody like me and Gucci would be drinking, they go to bed and go to sleep. See, me and Gucci still be up.
So it's the same thing, it's just different people doing the same thing.
It's different class of people doing the same thing.
Class. Okay. All right.
Wording it different.
Let me ask this question. Does your landscape professional
He
imbibe?
does. He imbibes frequently, as a matter of fact. Don't know that bicycle we give him, and I love him, but he goes to the grocery store, had my basket on the front up there, And anyway, somebody stole his bicycle. He got 3 or 4 bicycles over there now that folks just give him, But we got him a bicycle. I appreciate folks that give him a bicycle. It saved him. But he got him, had my basket on the front of it up there. He goes to the grocery store and he buys him some rice and some oxtails and some pigtails and stuff like that, and neck bone and backbone and turkey wings. And he cooks a lot. He cooks a lot of stuff. He feeds himself. I mean, he could sustain himself. But he on his bicycle, that's his main mode of transportation on that bike. We gave him a good bike. Y'all folks watching it. Gave him a good bicycle. But he also goes to Walgreens, which is across Highway 27. It's a drugstore. And y'all know they sell all kind of stuff at drugstore. They sell medications, they sell medicine, they sell back rubs, they sell inhalers, they sell all kind of laxatives, they sell all kind of Band-Aids. And the main thing they got in there, though, that I noticed it takes up more space than anything else, is a whole wall of coolers with beer in there. Ice cold beer. That's where my landscape is. So he goes over there. He don't go back there and get no medicines and none of that, because he'll never have no headache. Ain't nothing never wrong with him. He never.
I thought he was buying cough syrup. That ain't cough syrup he's buying.
He gets over. He goes in the door and it's on the right. It's a whole wall of cooler. Nothing but nothing but alcoholic beverages in there. And that's where he goes. And he don't play when he goes now. He don't play around. He don't imbibe. He does not imbibe, if you will. He come out there with a 30-pack, minimum a 30-pack. Put it over in the bicycle, in that basket on the front of the bicycle, and he wheels back to the house. And he get to the house. Now he's done now. He's through. He's out of everybody's way. And he starts drinking. And he has put so many 30-packs in there, he done broke the whole front end out from under the bicycle. He had to give him a new bicycle. The whole front end come out from under it with 30-packs. But he don't bother nobody, And I tell you what he do. Every time they over there at the church that he go to, the Free Will Baptist Church, he's there every time. He's there every Sunday. I had y'all's preacher tell me, said if everybody was there, Leo this way, he's there, rain or shine. It don't matter. He's there getting fulfilled and feel food, but
you ought to heard it. You ought to heard him that day getting on our resident undertaker. Our resident undertaker, that frequents the show a good bit. He kind of slacked off on going, and your yard landscaping professional told him, he said, if you ain't here next Sunday, he said, I'm coming over to my house, your house on my bicycle, and you're going to put you between them handlebars, and I'm going to bring you to church. The next Sunday, the undertaker was at church.
He was at church, yeah. I frequent undertaker that watches us that wins all the trivia questions.
Yeah, that's him. That's the one I'm talking about. Yeah.
He know him. He know him well. Well. But anyway, I'm just giving y'all an update on my landscaping profession, because y'all seen him on there before. We've had him on here. Pictured him up there, Mr. Charles Pickle, turnip green, collard green patch. Y'all know what he is, but he's a great guy. But I'm gonna tell you what, them folks over there at the Free Will Baptist Church. Now, them folks can catch some fish, because I get a report from a landscaping professional about them bringing fish to him. He has to buy, about every 6 months, he has to buy a new freezer locker to put the fish in. The folks has brought him from over there. And feed him. They will feed him. He say, I'll ask him, I say, what do you go to church? I went to church today. He said, yeah. He said, they had a eating today. He said, yeah. I left there with 3 plates. I said, what'd you take? I ain't took nothing. I said, why did you take a 30-pack over there? He said, oh, no, that wouldn't work. I said, you might be surprised. I said, somebody may jump.
That might be the most popular thing there.
That's what I'm saying. That may be the most popular thing that's there.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
He is one more man.
Like folks, is it?
Hey guys, let's give a shout out to our sponsor, Totally Loaded Nutrition on the Square in Colquitt, Georgia. All kinds of teas, shakes, and coffees right there on the square, the center of the north side of the square in Colquitt, Georgia. Totally Loaded Nutrition. They do now have a brand new tea that comes with a immune vitamin C and other vitamins to help your immune system. So if you're kind of feeling puny, maybe you think you're getting a cold, maybe you think you're getting the flu or something, go by there and tell them you want one of those immunity teas, and it will boost you right up, give you the necessary immunity for your body to hopefully fight off anything that's attacking it. Totally Loaded Nutrition on the square. Man, they got some great coffees. They have cappuccinos. They've got the frozen coffees and frozen teas, nutrition teas, and nutrition shakes. You can go in there and get a meal replacement shake right there at Totally Loaded Nutrition on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. Go in and tell them you heard about them on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Let them know you appreciate their sponsorship of our show here. Go in and visit them on the square in Colquitt, Georgia. Totally Loaded Nutrition. Floyd, tell them about Ziggy B's.
Oh man, that's one of the greatest places in the world you can go. I was in there today. I called them. I said, I want me some of them. I want some of them steamed shrimp, and there they are, right there. Steamed shrimp. I come home, me and Nate ain't cooked us up a pot of them cheese grits and made us some of that homemade cocktail sauce. Them things is absolutely fabulous. You just go ahead and call them ahead of time. Tell them they'll be ready for you when you pick up. And when they call us, I want me a pound of them steamed shrimp. And my good friend, Ms. Rojo, she went in there today. She came to Dr. Boyd Phillips' funeral because him and her was cousins. They was cousins. She came and Rojo's aunt came from Albany, Georgia. They came down here to the funeral. And they went by Ziggy B's and they loaded up on oysters and shrimp and also got some of that good elderberry syrup. I call it that elderberry elixir. But they got it. They went in. She said, "I'm gonna try it out." I said, "I hope it makes me feel better." But they was in there today. Ziggy B Seafood Market. You cannot beat it. It's the best seafood market around anywhere in the southeastern United States. It's fresh seafood. She ain't gonna sell you nothing that she wouldn't eat herself. So y'all go in there and check them out at Ziggy B Seafood Market in Colquitt, Georgia, right there on West Main Street, Colquitt, Georgia, right there by that big old Ford dealership that we got here in Colquitt, Georgia. And y'all go check them out.
May I say this about the Ziggy B's? Went over on Friday and got me one of those Low Country Boil boxes.
Come on.
There ain't nothing finer than what I had brought back over here to Dothan or Poughkeepsie, Alabama, and had for supper that night. I had to call her and tell her. She done made me the happiest person in this part of the country. That was some fine eating. She does a great job on anything in that seafood department over there, so go by and see them. I don't know about y'all, but every time I turn on the radio or TV, they're either talking about Mardi Gras or the Super Bowl. And I heard some good common sense from Sir Charles Barkley. Y'all know who we're talking about there when we say Sir Charles?
What a basketball man.
Yes, sir. Sir Charles was being interviewed on a show, and he said, first of all, the ticket price range for the Super Bowl. The low end is $6,300. But the seats that we ordered for the Dirt Road Sports, we were late getting our order in, so they were sold out. So if we can't have them $44,000 a seat tickets, we just not gonna go. I mean, that ain't no sense. From $6,300 to $44,000 for a ticket. Now this is quoting Sir Charles. He said, anybody, no matter how much money, no matter how big they were in society, paid $44,000 to go see a ball game. They were DAMN stupid and an idiot on top of that. I think everybody can understand Sir Charles on that.
Well, this this Super Bowl, it ain't about football no way, ain't it? Ain't
No,
about that gal what do all the singing.
That
that's
little skinny
right. There
lady
you
gal.
go.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That's who it's about. That,
yeah.
that Toby Keith, he found her. Toby Keith, the one that gave her her first break. He gave her her first recording on his record label.
Oh, really?
He found her. Yeah, he
He
did it.
signed her.
He signed her up first thing. That's it. So
When his contract ran out with Capitol or whatever record company he was with, he was wanting to do his own thing like Waylon and Willie and that bunch did back in the 70s. He wanted to be his own producer and do music the way he wanted to do music. And these big wigs, these New York executives and California executives that run these record companies wouldn't let him do that. So he just opened his own record company.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when he started making the big money. And he did sign her. That was one of the first people he signed to DreamWorks, I believe was the name of the label, record label. He signed Taylor Swift when she's like a teenager.
Yeah.
I had a fella ask me today at the meeting I went to, was I gonna watch the Super Bowl? I said, the University of Georgia playing in it? He said, nope. I said, anything else you want to know?
You know,
That's
y'all
the only
talking
ball
about
game
that.
I
I was
watch.
looking on the news tonight, and they said that 500,000 people are flying in to Las Vegas to go to the Super Bowl. Well, I got to do some research on it, and the stadium only holds 72,000 people.
Yeah, where they gonna sit?
So they 28,000 people that gonna be watching either from a bar or
Casino.
or a strip club. They're gonna be watching somewhere other than the stadium. Why do you want to? I'm like Barkley. There are people that got way under more money than they need. You know, I've been to some major events in my life. 3 of the most major events I've been to in my life, and I might have spent, I don't know, a couple of them. I probably spent $500 a piece. You know, on number one, first one I went to Georgia. Used to go to Georgia, Florida game down there. I think the last one I went to was in 1983. Georgia, Florida game in Jacksonville, Florida. Georgia, Florida game. Used to go to the Daytona 500. I mean, the last one I went to down there was 1970. I think is when that was.
Whoa.
And then I went to went to a Leon Russell concert in Tallahassee, Florida, down at Doak Campbell Stadium down there. And I spent, let's see what.
Can I ask a question?
Let me see what a pound of Jack Daniels was at that time. I think it was $10.
That's what I'm asking you. Was there any imbibing going on at those 3 events?
No imbibing, but they was some liquor.
Floyd, I seen you at another major event one time you forgot about.
What's that?
I see you at an Elvin Bishop concert one time. Don't forget about that now.
I know,
That's running.
I know.
That's up at the top now.
Leon had Elvin beat. Leon was up there. Leon was up, but we was
nobody had Elvin
at the
Bishop.
stadium down there. Me and Nadine and Cookie Tab. We rode down there at Leon playing in Tallahassee, Florida, and we 3. Understand? We 3 were the only 3 people in there who was not smoking weed, if you will. But anyway, let's see. $10 for a pound of Jack Daniels. Let's see. Probably tickets $10 a piece. So and we eat pizza or something down there. Anyway, we probably spent, $40 or $50 max on the whole thing. And let me tell you what, I had just as much fun. And just enjoyed myself just as much at any of those events that I didn't spend over $500 each for.
That was
as much fun as them cats is gonna have in Las Vegas, Nevada.
You talk about 1970 when you went to Daytona. Something came out today I saw on the internet. In 1970, average house for a home was $23,500.
That's right.
Average salary was $9,400 a year.
Mm-hmm.
And the list goes on and on and on. Mm-hmm. And I thought about, man, look at what it is now. I saw an ad the other day on TV over here. It was for a manufactured home, mobile home, if you want to call it that, manufactured home, prefabricated home, whatever it was. They had single wides, they had double wides, they had triple wides, all starting at the low price of $69,900.
That's it.
Charlie,
Single wide.
wait though. You can put. I've seen some mobile homes, some of them double wides. They go up to
Oh,
$350,000.
I know. I said
That's crazy.
starting at for a
Yeah.
single
Have you
wide,
seen the,
70,000.
Yeah.
how much did the one Pencil Johnson got live in? That double wide he got.
Well, that was a used one. That was a used. He bought it for $1,500 from Bill Dismuke over in Dawsonville.
Well, hey, let me tell you this is a true story. This year, Holly and I will be married 30 years. We bought a brand
Good
new
Lord,
Horton.
she's
We
you
bought
talking
a
about
dumb
drinking. I
woman.
didn't know nobody could
That's
drink
a-
that long, that much.
No,
That-
let
that
him
is
tell
a
the story.
dumb
They'll back off now. Leave him alone. Let him tell the story.
DR Horton home, brand new mobile home, 16 foot, 80 foot long, installed. This was in 1994. It'd been about 30 years ago. And we got it for $22,000, fully everything. That same mobile home today, like Charlie said, it starts at about 70 grand.
What year was that?
Our attorney just said, bless her heart.
1994.
Did you see
And
what
it
our
was how much?
attorney just-
22,000 then.
$22,000 in 1994. That was brand new. We ordered it from the factory in Thomasville. Went over and looked at it, told them what we wanted. It was a single wide. It was 16 wide, and it was 80 foot long, and that was set up with the skirting and everything on it. It was a nice one, and it was
That was nice.
22.
He was uptown, man.
Yeah,
He was uptown.
$22,000.
That's unreal.
Me and Nadine bought one in 1972. Went down to Tallahassee, Florida. 1972 bought us one, a 12 by 60, 2-bedroom, 1 bath home, $6,200.
Look at that.
Delivered and set up.
Yeah.
Now we
Yeah.
had to do the underpinning. We had to put us a shelter on it, and steps and all that. But we done with $6,200. But it's everything is it's relevant. It's all relevant. Back then, gas was what 35, 40 cents a gallon. 40 cents a gallon maybe. Something like that. 35, 1972. It's all relevant. Everything
cheapest I
relevant.
remember-
Money. It's only money. It don't mean nothing. It's just only money.
I remember selling some for 27 cents a gallon. That's about as cheap as I remember, but I don't remember what year it was.
When I was
That's-
16 years old, they had a gas war in Level Plains between Enterprise and Daleville. And at a Zippy Mart, it got down to 11 cents a gallon in a gas war.
It didn't matter. Bear Calhoun could buy $2 worth and drive for 4 days. It didn't make no
He could
difference how
drive
much
4
it was.
days.
I guarantee you.
All right, let me ask this question. Let's fast forward. I just told you 30 years ago. And then Floyd, you told like 30 years, not quite 30 years.
50 some years ago.
50.
Let's go 30 years into the future, and things are like they are now, continuing on the plateau and the declination that they're on now. What's it going to be like in 30 years?
It ain't going to be him.
We're gonna be walking. We're gonna be walking, or we're gonna be taking mass transit, and we're gonna be living. We're gonna be living in government housing.
Well, we ain't gonna be able to heat.
They got to do something with folks like us, because I'm on my way out. But we in the way, man. We in the way of all of these. We in the way of all of these migrants that are coming in here. See, we got 10 million already in here, and they're gonna pass this chain migration bill. Y'all understand what the chain migration? That was in this last bill that the Republicans mercifully just barely defeated. The chain migration bill, where if you're already in the United States and you're in here already, then you can start bringing in unlimited family members from wherever you come from, bringing them in. So we got 10 million here now. So let's just say that within the next 4 or 5 years, they bring in, each illegal alien invader brings in 10 of his family members. So what's 10 million times 10?
100 million.
100 million.
Mm-hmm.
What are they going to do with those people? Where are they going to put them? They got to do something with them. They got to relocate us. They got to get us out of the picture. That's what I'm scared of. And I'm I done about hold out to the end of my rope, but these folks, Marvin's young. Marvin's got young'uns. Craig's got children, and nieces and nephews. That's where the rub's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's gonna be. So you're right, y'all. That's a good thought to have. What's gonna happen? You know, they're gonna do away with fossil fuel. That's
Yeah, you ain't gonna be able to heat. You're gonna freeze to death.
And they determined to stay in power.
And then in the summer, you're gonna burn up because they're gonna find something.
They're gonna stay in power.
Can't cook.
Has got to go. The
cook.
family unit system has got to go because that's standing in the way of their agenda. Marvin, is your electricity going out there in that cubby hole where you are? Look like it's going. Electricity's dimming on me there. You okay?
Well, I'm having to pay. I'm having to pay by the hour on it, so it's telling me to put some more quarters in. So
what you got a room rented by the hour.
Yeah, I got it by the hour. It's time for the Southern Hissy Fits trivia time here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports.
We're gonna do the Hissy Fits. All right, that's a good way. Yeah, let's morph on into that.
Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia, on the southwestern corner of the square. All your embroidery, your t-shirts, tumblers, gifts, more hissy scent candles. Drop by there, see them. If you got a jacket or a vest or a hat that needs embroidering and you've already got it, drop it by. She will embroider it. She has a catalog. She can order anything you want to do custom embroidery. Go by there and see them. Southern Hissy Fits on the square in Colquitt, Georgia, the sponsor of the Dirt Road Sports Show and Charlie Platt trivia time right here. And the winner tonight will receive a logoed car tag. Beautiful logoed car tag with the Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show logo on it. And the trivia question tonight. And tonight, I need you to text to 229-254-2727. That will be Floyd B. Lloyd is in charge of the trivia contest tonight. And here is the trivia question. This gentleman whose picture is gracing your screen, we want to know who this is. Who is this? What would you call that looking like? What kind of look is that?
Kind of an Elvis look from over here.
Yeah.
He's profiling.
Like debonair,
You
maybe.
never heard of styling and profiling? What he's doing? He's looking dead in that camera. Look at them eyes.
Yeah, we need to know who this is right here.
I like his pompadour. He got that mullet that he got back there. He looking good with that.
Yeah. 254-2727 is the number. We need to know who you are, and we need to know who that is. I'll throw it back up there one more time on the screen. Who is this person right here? Who is this person right here?
His hair looks a little bit like Pencil Johnson after he'd been preaching hard for about an hour and a half.
Oh, somebody just dialed in Johnny Cash. That ain't Johnny Cash. That ain't Johnny Trash. Good guess, so thank you.
Queasy, do you know who that is? Do you know who it is?
I do. But you won't let me win nothing, so I ain't gonna say.
We can't win.
No. Yeah, we're exempt. Yeah, we're exempt. All right, I'll put it. We ain't had much hitting. You had anybody hitting?
Ain't Ken. They call Ken Blankenship. It ain't Ken Blankenship.
Give him the number.
Ken Blankenship. That ain't Ken. We're looking for the winner right there. Who is that right there?
Give him the number again.
Southern Hissy Fits. Southern Hissy Fits trivia time.
That ain't right there. That's a number down there. Call me. I'm getting them. They calling me. They texting me. They doing all kind of stuff.
There you go.
We need to know who it is.
Ziggy B said Conway. It ain't Conway, Ziggy B.
No. One more time. Last time I'm going to put it up. Who is this? Southern Hissy Fits trivia time here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show.
I got one in this. And he could be, he's close, but it ain't him. Don Lane says it's H.D. Bailey. It does. Looks just like H.D. Bailey. Y'all don't know H.D. Bailey, but I do.
Yeah, I know it.
Well. So
that does look like H.D. Bailey.
It is Mike Cobb from Mayhaw Crossroads.
Who said that?
Somebody, I don't know. They wearing me out. Said Mel Tillis. Ain't Mel Tillis. No. H.D. Bailey's the closest one
I
I've
swear
heard so far.
that does
Hey,
look just
like
like H.D. Bailey.
Deacon. Oh, Deacon.
Yeah.
That was one bad
Yeah.
dude, let me tell you. But he didn't act bad, but he could get bad. If you needed to get bad.
Could he
could
fight?
No, he wouldn't fight. No, man. He just knock you out and the fight would be over. He don't fight.
Too much effort to fight.
What are you talking about? A fight? A fight's when you're doing all this here. Oh, you like that. Oh.
2 licks passed. One when he hit you and one when you hit the floor.
That's exactly right. And it ain't Mike Cobb neither. I ain't never seen Mike Cobb with that kind of suit on.
I see it. Yeah.
Well, you look like you gonna have to draw it in, or we're gonna have to give one to the second runner up.
Well, let's do this. Give them a few more minutes. Queasel, tell them about
That's
KWG
the place to
Plumbing.
go.
Yeah, let's get KWG Plumbing. I'm gonna go ahead and put his pictures up there, Marvin. I'm gonna reach out.
Yeah, let Queasel do the ad, and then you can get while you getting him on the phone.
KWG Plumbing. That's the. All I know to tell y'all is when you deal with people, you want to deal with honest people, and they ain't a more honest man in Miller County than Kenneth Wayne Garnett. He will give you a honest price, give you an honest day's work. He won't even lie about fishing. You can't get no more honest about that. 24-hour service. They do anything you want.
Hold on right there, quick. I just had a conversation with Kenny Wayne before the show went on, and he said he gonna have to withdraw that 24-hour service because here's what was happening. He'd be in the bed asleep, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, and somebody that'd be done gone in the bathroom in there and had a big, large bowel evacuation and used about half a roll of toilet paper and stopped everything up and calling him to come out there and unplunge their commode. And he said he had to give it up. He said, Florida had to give it up. So they were just wearing me out. And he said, I'd go out there to unclog somebody's commode that was stopped up, and they want to give me $2. And he said, I have to away with that. He said, if your commode is stopped up, wait until the next morning and call me, and then we'll come out there with a certified crew, and we'll get you cleaned out. Tell them.
So you want to change that to 12 hours? 12-hour service. He give you the best service.
9 to 5, basically, because he's got a life to live too. So
we're gonna take the 24 hours away, and just be careful what you're doing on the toilet. You don't need to be wasting all that striking paper, no way. So just be careful when you're there and don't clog everything up. And if you do, don't worry about it. If it ain't flowing, he'll get you going in the morning the next day. Everything will be fine. Give old Kenneth Wayne a call. He can handle all your plumbing needs. All of it.
Covered. Hey, and we got him on the phone.
Talk to him.
Hey, Garnett. Hey, Kenny Wayne. What's going on, my man?
Sports. How y'all doing tonight?
Man, we doing good. How y'all doing, Marvin, Johnny, Queasel? Y'all doing well?
Man,
Everybody
we good.
doing well over here, man. We good.
Doing well. Everybody's fat. The bills are paid. Everybody doing good.
Man, we done had a big supper tonight. We done filled up on some of them shrimps from Ziggy B's up there. Man, we so happy. We just as happy as if we had good steps.
Man, that's what I'm telling you. Man, we've been working out of town all this week, but we've been back doing local calls here Thursday and Friday.
Marvin's got on the screen here some before. He got you before. I don't see these. Where's his after shot at, Marvin? You got it? Now that right there is the after shot. Waiting to happen right there. I can look at that and tell.
I can't see how.
I know, man. You can't see it on your thing. Marvin's got it up, man. Marvin's in control of all this, and all he's showing is some kind of gummed up mess that some other plumber done. And if you got the picture of him, Marvin, where he straightened everything out, where he straightened it all out.
That's slow motion flowing.
Marvin ain't got Marvin is secluded somewhere. I don't know where he's at. Look at that little old room he's in. It's like it's some kind of. He's in some kind of interrogation room.
Hey, you know where I think he is?
So I apologize to you, Kenny Wayne, for not having your after shot on that. But that picture that Marvin just put up there is not. That is not what y'all hearing. That is not what he does.
I think Marvin's in Flovilla.
Well, look here, let me ask you, Kenny Wayne, tell us here, man. We know you do all kind of industrial plumbing, commercial plumbing, residential plumbing, every kind of plumbing imaginable. What about the fishing system? How is it going, the situation with the fishing right now?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna give you the report on myself to start with, and go and get that out of the way, y'all. I fished for 4 nights after work down on the Gulf Coast, and I come away with 1 whiting.
Mercy.
After 4, all my neighbors at the campsite said that it was slow, but Lake Seminole in South Georgia, I saw 25 pounds of bass took on 1 trip.
Good night.
They had like 5 bass, man. They loaded the boat in 1 trip, and then of course the specs is biting. You just got to know the right stump, or either know a everyday fish. You know, you get to know everyday fish. You'll show you every now and then where they at.
Well, that's why we want to talk to you, because you share that information with us, you know, and you share your catch with us. You don't embellish anything, or you don't prevaricate about anything. It's always up. It's true, square on the square, and true with you. So that's what we like about you. We had another fishing expert that was on with us several years ago that we had to cut loose because we was finding some irregularities and some misinformation with his fishing report, and so we don't do that, you know.
Well, bless the soul, but I got 2 more fishing reports. One for the Flint River on Norman Ferry. The catfish are steady on chicken liver with a pole. You just got to be careful with the high water and the swift water and the rocks and what have you up at Norman Ferry.
Oh yeah.
Third fishing report is up in Newton, Georgia. Catfish and bowfin, aka blackfish, they steady pole and limb lines. Beef liver and cut bait catching them. Just be careful with swift water and rocks again up there.
Man, that's a rocky river. How about Hell's Gate? You ever been through Hell's Gate?
Yeah, Hell's Gates, we fish right there. That's where we catch some of our best fish at right
man,
there.
That's an old place. That's an old fishing hole right there. Hell's Gates and Maples Chutes.
Yeah, you just got to be careful. What you got to do is know somebody. If you ain't familiar with it, you need to know somebody before you go up there, because you just tear up whatever.
You're getting a tight spot. You sure will. Sure will. Yeah. Well, Kenny Wayne, love talking to you, man. And what about some words of wisdom for us tonight?
Yes, sir. Can I interrupt the words of wisdom with some big news I got?
Tell it, baby.
All right. My daughter, Audrey Lynn, made the Georgia Outdoor News magazine with her first doe she ever killed here in Miller County. She was in the kids section of the Georgia Outdoor News this month. And between talking on the Dirt Road Sports on Thursday nights and seeing my kid in the Georgia Outdoor News, you can't tell me nothing.
Okay, man, you
there
are.
You go. That's what I'm talking about. Miller, congratulations.
Appreciate y'all out there. And I got 4 words of wisdom. Say your prayers. Praise the Lord, for He's good all the time. Keep a smile on your face. Go fishing or hunting if you can. And just be a good Samaritan. I mean, help somebody. I mean, God's been good to us, so hey, let's pass it on down the line.
Pass it on, brother. Amen, brother. Thank you for that testimony.
Hey, I got one from Captain Hook. Let me leave you with this one from Captain Hook.
Talk to me.
Money can't buy happiness, but it can buy me a boat and some fishing bait.
That didn't make you happy. Amen, bro. Thank y'all. Thank you, baby.
They will remember for a lifetime. God bless.
God bless you, man. Thank you, buddy.
All right, Floyd.
I ain't got no winner. Ain't nobody else. I ain't got nothing. The closest one was H.D. Bailey. That's the closest one.
Trent Carlini and Carl Perkins.
No.
Carl was halfway close. Now, you know.
All right, Floyd. No winner tonight. Tell them who it is.
Who?
Narville
Phelps.
I ain't never heard of it.
That's because you're from the wrong generation.
Never heard of it. That ain't who I thought it was.
Oh,
I know you thought that, but you didn't say it.
Yeah,
Charlie, tell them about our friends
over on 27 US 27. Sowega Meats. Let me tell you, local products, local folks. You won't find a better place to go. Check out the ribeyes, the fillets. They got bacon, they got sausage, whether you like it smoked or whether you like pan sausage. A little bit of everything, and some of the best beef jerky you'll ever put in your mouth. Big news is they're spreading their wings and flying back over the river toward us. Going to be up in Headland, Alabama soon. We'll be telling you more about it. But check out Kenny and the crew over there. They're on Highway 27, halfway, so y'all say, between Colquitt and Blakely. I've never measured it. I know where it is. I've been there. I've done business with them. They got a good product, and you can't beat when you know you're buying local and you're buying products that come from this part of the country. You cannot beat that. You might not understand, but if you go some places and your grocery stores and you see USDA inspected meat or USDA whatever meat, and you get to looking a little bit deeper, it may be coming from a foreign country, and likely is in a lot of cases. So you want to know who you buy from, where you buy it, do it. Sawega, and that's 27 between Colquitt and Blakely, coming soon to US 431 in Headland, Alabama.
Floyd, tell them about our resident attorney on retainer.
He's our main man. He is the man. If you get in a tight spot, you need to call Billy Shingler Law Firm in Dawsonville, Georgia, 229-524-1225. And we gonna all, at one time in our life, we gonna all get in a tight spot. And we gonna need somebody that's on our side. And not only, I know he's for real because he watches the Dirt Road Sports. He tunes us in no matter what he's doing and no matter what event he's at. If he's in the courtroom trying a case, he's got us tuned in on his cell phone. He's watching it because he's wanting to stay abreast of what's going on in the United States of America. Local man Billy Shingler, been in business a long time right there in Seminole County, Georgia. He'll fight for you. That's what you want. You want somebody that ain't going to run and hide. You want somebody that's going to stand up and stand their ground. Billy Shingler Law Firm right there in Dawsonville, Georgia, 229-524-1225. Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports lawyer on retainer. That's
Floyd just got a text from him. He's running a special. All you got to do is mention that you heard about him on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. And here's what the deal will be. The first divorce is at full price. The second, third, fourth, and fifth divorce, you get 25% off.
Can't beat it.
Wow.
That's him. He'll do it too. He will.
That's a pretty good deal right there.
Hey, he tell it like it is. That's it. What you want.
The mullet marauder.
And after, I don't know what the discount will be after 5 divorces, but
well, there won't be no discount because you're gonna be in the street anyway. So you ain't gonna get paid, Billy. After about the third divorce, you ain't gonna get paid. Period.
It's over.
It's over. Yeah, they money.
He'd have to give you something for them to take it away.
And if the woman had him as the lawyer in the first divorce, you might not get paid.
That's right. Yeah. You might not get paid. That's right. Because you would be broke.
Hey guys, Berry Hill Auctioneers, TC Berry Hill, our good friend, our confidant, our sponsor in perpetuity and exclusivity of the Floyd's List of Impossibilities. Berry Hill Auctioneers all over the world. You can visit them on the World Wide Web at berryhillauctioneers.com. We appreciate our friend and our sponsor, Mr. TC Berry Hill of Berry Hill Auctioneers.
Thank you, Marvin. I appreciate that. Marvin, I appreciate all those good words about our friend T.C. Berry Hill. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. And here's one thing about Floyd's List of Impossibilities. I don't care if you don't like it or not. That's not my business. That's not my concern. if you don't like it, turn this off. But it's just nothing but the truth. If you can't stand the truth, man, get back out of the way. And I don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings. Lord knows I don't want to hurt nobody. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that for nothing in the world. I wouldn't say bad things about nobody unless unless it's the truth. And if it's the truth, it ain't bad. It's the truth. But anyway, Floyd's List of Impossibilities. And I got to thinking about this. This is one of the most impossible things that can ever happen to anybody in your life. Impossibility. That one broke man can do business with another broke man. Somebody got to have some money. And Lawyer Shingler, first thing you need to ask is when they come in the door, how much money you got. You don't need to say, you don't need for nobody to sign no note. I'm just giving you some good advice. Don't sign no note. Don't send it to and nothing on a credit. Nothing. An impossibility. Y'all remember old General George Patton back in World War II? Some of you people probably in Martha's Vineyard never have heard of this man, but he helped save the free world, if you will. General George Patton. Tough, old blood and guts. It's an impossibility that General George Patton could have defeated the Nazis at the Battle of the Bulge with a company of transvestites. Can y'all see that? Can y'all see that unfolding? A bunch of men out there walking around in dresses on, and then they're going to whoop the Nazis. They got the lipstick and the dresses on and the wig hats on.
A bunch of clingers.
Yeah. Well, Klinger was just pretending.
Yeah, he was just trying to get home.
To be a woman. He wasn't. He wanted to do was get out of the army. He
wanted to come home.
He wanted to come home. He wanted to come on back to Peoria or whatever he was at. Okay, here's another one. Y'all see all these ads they got on TV now? So the most played ads that they use about gambling. Getting your cell phone and gambling, picking up your cell phone and betting on basketball games and football games, betting on that. Y'all see that? Y'all see it? It's everywhere. All you gotta do, you bet $5 and you get $200. Can y'all imagine how many stupid people have fell for that? Oh man, look here, you get $5. I'm gonna bet $5. I'm gonna get $200 back. Yeah, that's the same rationale that my landscaping professional has got, that thinks that his bicycle will hold up a 30-pack going back and forth across Highway 27. Same rationale. Here's one. Impossibility that anyone, and I'm gonna define it, I'm gonna bring it on down. Anybody using an Obama phone to place a sports bet has any money to bet with. You know what has happened? The credit card companies, they send out credit cards to folks, just unsolicited. He get him a credit. Oh, look, I got a credit card. I got $400 limit on it. I think I'm gonna bet on the ball game. So he gonna bet $400 on the ball game. He gonna lose, of course. You know, he ain't gonna win. Because the odds is against it. So now he owes a credit card company $400, by which he in about 12 months period he's gonna owe about $2,000 on it. That's how that. But anybody using the Obama phone to make a bet on a sports team, they ain't got no money of their own to bet with. It's somebody else.
He ain't worried about paying it back. No way though.
They can pay it back. No,
he can pay it back.
Move on. I'm trying to screen them here. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. An impossibility that any of the women at the Grammys, number one, had any talent, and number two, had a brassiere on. Have y'all ever seen such in y'all's life?
I didn't watch it.
And some of them, listen to me, there's some of them, if I didn't have no more to show than that, I'd cover that up. I wouldn't try to be show. I mean, have y'all ever seen like a big old ear of corn, you know, and then you have seen a nubbin? But now some of the men had bras on. They were some of the men had bras on. You okay, Mark?
Hey,
so you wouldn't worry about nothing falling out, huh, Floyd? They wouldn't falling
somebody
out.
somebody
Nothing
like
can't
Jelly
fall out.
Roll,
Nothing ain't gonna fall out.
somebody like Jelly Roll needed a bra on, didn't he?
Yeah, Jelly Roll need a bra. Yeah. And some of them had bras. Some of the men did. The women, none of them had no bra on. Mercy. Have mercy on us. Oh, please, what we gonna do? Here's one right here. Here's the impossibility that the Lumi butt crack deodorant will work on Hillary Clinton, Whoopi Goldberg, Lizzo, or Stacey Abrams. Can y'all imagine how much Lumi butt cream it'd take to do away with all of that aroma?
She said just one little swipe.
Yeah, oh yeah, try that. I don't see Stacey try that. And Lizzo, I don't see her try that. Oh Lord have mercy. All right. An impossibility. It's the impossibility that Donald Trump is responsible for what happened to Charlie. Where'd he go? He fell out, didn't he? Okay.
I think you heard him.
Donald
It's
Trump's
an
fault.
impossibility that Donald Trump is responsible for when Joe Biden has a bowel evacuation in his defense. I know he's going to blame him. He blames for everything else. It is an impossibility that Joe Biden could hold a job anywhere other than being a floor sweeper at a chicken processing plant. That's what he qualified for. Impossibility that you will ever see a drag queen show at a Pentecostal church. An impossibility that Joe Biden can go 8 hours without having a bowel evacuation in his defense. That's it. I'm done.
Lord help.
Did you see that? Did you see his speech the other day when he opened up and said that the only reason that we had the boy, he couldn't close the border and have all these migrants in here and all that kind of stuff. It was all Donald Trump's fault. Every bit of it. Did you see that?
He ain't been president for 3 years. Donald Trump ain't been president for over 3 years, but
it's all his
when
fault.
they all started coming in. But it's Donald Trump's fault. Ain't nothing that ain't Trump's fault. When you have nothing, you have to try anything, and that's what they try.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to see how this thing turns out.
Yep. Hey guys, Kelly Crop Insurance. We appreciate their sponsorship here on Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show of Charlie's 7-day forecast for the Wiregrass area. Kelly Crop Insurance, all your crop insurance needs. They're located right there on the 91 Spur in Colquitt, Georgia. Go by and see them. Go see Marty, Kelly Crop Insurance. Now it's time for Charlie's 7-day weather forecast for the Wiregrass area. Looks like we're going to have some 74 and 75 degree temperatures tomorrow and Saturday. And then looks like late Sunday and all day Monday, we got rain and maybe a little bit of chance of lightning and thunder moving back in. And then it's going to cool off again on Tuesday, high 61, low of 35. And then Wednesday, 64, 42, and Thursday, 67, 42. So we're going to have a little bit of a warming up trend tomorrow and the weekend. And then as soon as this rain comes in, we'll be going back down to colder weather. Guys, I wanted to do a public service announcement. The willing servants who used to travel and sing and have not sung for 12 years will be doing a reunion concert to benefit the Alpha Pregnancy Center. It's a ministry of the Bowen Baptist Association in Donaldsonville, Georgia, where they try to encourage women not to have abortions, and they try to do pregnancy health care and try to fight for life. Great ministry, and they need some help raising money and some help with some diapers and baby wipes. And there'll be a gospel sing at Flat Creek Baptist Church featuring the Willing Servants, a reunion concert of them. That is Saturday night at 6:30 at Flat Creek Baptist Church. No admission. Just ask everybody to bring some diapers or baby wipes or some of the other items that's on Facebook that they need. And then there'll be a love offering taken, and everything will go to help the ministry of the Alpha Pregnancy Center. And encourage you, if you where you can, come and be a part of that and be a part of that great ministry. And I reckon, Floyd, you kind of you might have done you might have done Charlie in, so we kind of
Well,
lost
he
him.
may have to go. He had to go somewhere. But I hope he's okay. I mean, he just went off. He just went off the air there. I don't think I offended him with nothing I said. Do y'all? I mean, I think he probably looked like he was having a pretty good time.
You was pretty well moderated
Yeah.
tonight there. I
Yeah,
mean, you was
I was.
well,
all right, Queasy, take us home.
Well, we just want to thank everybody for letting us spend some time with you. And I had to do a little traveling today. I had to go over to Statesboro, and I made a reckoning today. I had some time to ponder and think on some stuff, and I made a major. I don't know. I'm not going to say, but it was a major reckoning that I think that I could solve a lot of the problems. And as I was driving over there and as I was driving back today, I have come to the conclusion, and I fully believe this, that about 92% of the people in the state of Georgia that are driving have no business driving. None. None. They get in nowhere in the fast lane and they drive 27 miles an hour and they're looking at this and looking at that, looking at this. If you ain't got nowhere to go, stay home. Ain't no use riding up down the road and hindering everybody that has got somewhere to go. They just riding and talking and looking. And then you got some that's coming by there that if the car do 160, they do an 161 and they come by. So, you go from one extreme to the other. They ain't no normal drivers anymore. And you can be on the lookout for one of them cars that you have to plug in to the electricity thing because they're going to be going 55. I don't care what the speed, they're going to be going 55 and they're going to have the windows down so that they're not using any air conditioning or any kind of heat or anything like that. They're going to be doing that. They're going to have them little stickers about loving the animals and all that. I noticed all that stuff. When you drive up and down the road, you can see that. And then what's really funny is I saw one today that's riding around on I believe it was a Toyota, is a Prius. Would that be the right way to put that there, Floyd?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they were riding along there.
So one of them electric EVs.
Yeah, one of them, I don't know where the electric, I reckon it's one of them, they're transvestite cars. They electric gas. They don't know which one it is. But anyway, they were riding along, and here come Billy Bob on the log truck.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, he come around there, got up there on that little 2-lane road, and he got behind them, and they was running 55, not 56, but 55. They finally got a little old stretch of road out there, and Billy Bob shot down on that log truck, and they was so much black smoke boiling at the two tops of them pipes coming out of that Peterbilt truck. It filled the whole car. It had the window down. You could see the black smoke all in the car. And so, if you ain't got nowhere to go, stay home. That'll make me happy. I only, if you see me on the road, I got somewhere to go. I ain't just riding and looking. But about 92% of the people driving don't need to drive. But just thought I would share that little bit of intelligence with y'all.
Well, then you made a good point about the log truck deal. See, if the man on the electric vehicle had not been in the way of the log truck, see, the log truck's trying to get around him to avoid an accident, to get to where he's got to go. See, the man on the log truck would have been driving a steady, calm speed.
That's right.
He wouldn't have had to accelerate to get around this rolling roadblock that's in front of him.
Exactly
but this guy in front of him, in his mind, he's saving the planet because he's driving an electric vehicle. Of course, I understand now this guy in an electric vehicle has no comprehension of how electricity is created. He thinks it's like manna from heaven. It just falls out of the heaven, and all you do is plug in a wire. So Billy Bob on the log truck, he's got to go around this clown. He got to shoot that diesel to that Mack or that Freightliner or whatever, Peterbilt, whatever it was. And he got to get on around it and get on ahead of him and get out of his way. So really the guy on the Prius, he's causing more pollution.
Causing the trouble. Yeah.
He's causing more pollution and carbon burning than he's saving. And that's basically how it is. That's the mentality of the people that drive the car.
when he got on around him, I got up there behind him, and then I finally got up and went around him and looked, and it looked just exactly like who you would think would be driving an electric car. It was the ugliest man and woman I believe I ever seen in my life. They just sitting there looking at one another, just talking. Had them things hanging off, the little feather things hanging off the window. I mean, off the mirror. Just exactly what you would picture. I just,
Saving the planet. Saving the planet.
That's exactly what they were doing. They was a perfect picture of Joe Biden, a Joe Biden supporter. That's who they were. But anyhow,
they probably was one of them ones at that concert Floyd went to that was smoking marijuana.
It could have been. But anyhow, thank y'all for letting us spend some time with you. We appreciate it. It's the highlight of our week is to get to sit down and talk with each other, because y'all just visiting with us, because that's what we do, and we just visit. As you well know, we have no idea what we're going to talk about. Sometimes it's worth talking about, sometimes it ain't, but we have a good time doing it. Thank y'all for watching us. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Hey, listen, remember, let me tell you something. Life's short. The Bible even talks about it. We all plan about what we're going to do tomorrow and the next day and next week. We don't know that we got that. Make today count. Do something good. Life is simple. You got two choices through life. You can do the right thing or do the wrong thing. Always try to do the right thing, and remember, and just do something. Be nice. It don't take no more effort to be nice than it does to not be nice. So try to treat people right. Treat people the way you want them to treat you, and you'll go a lot further than you will any other way. We love y'all. Appreciate you. Floyd?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Queasel. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I'm just going to leave you with my old regular thoughts. Exercise your Second Amendment rights. Always be prepared to protect yourself and your family. You never know. And I'm talking about always be prepared when you are in your home, when you are in your yard, when you are in your automobile, wherever you are. You have the right to exercise your Second Amendment rights. Do that. You won't ever regret it. Surround yourself with like-minded people. You won't ever go wrong doing that. Surround yourself with like-minded people. Be vigilant of your surroundings. Put this stupid thing down. Put it in your pocket or in your pocketbook. You put it somewhere when you are going from one place to another, when you're going from one store to your car in the parking lot, when you're leaving the restaurant and you go into your car. Put that stupid cell phone down. It'll be there when you get ready. When you get back home, then you can talk on it. But there ain't nothing that's going to happen on that thing right there that's going to change anything in your life. And you sitting there and you walking there with your face stuck down in that thing, and somebody comes up behind you and knocks you out and takes your car keys and takes all of your belongings and drives off and leaves you laying on the sidewalk. Now that's going to change your life. So be vigilant of your surroundings. And tonight, when you lay down in that bed, that comfortable bed, and you start to go to sleep, you start thanking God for everything He's done for you today, just today. And you'll go to sleep and you'll still be thanking Him. That's it, Marvin.
Guys, we love y'all. We appreciate you each and every Thursday night inviting us into your home or wherever you might be to watch Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. Sunday's coming. You know what I'm going to tell you. Go to church. Give the Lord His due. Don't forget, God loves you, and God died on the cross that you could have eternal life. Our scripture today comes from the book of Ephesians. It says, "For it is by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not from yourselves. It is a gift of God, not by works, that no man may boast." Thank you, Lord, for your grace and your mercy. Without it, none of us would have any hope. Know this, all your hope is in Jesus Christ. We love you. We hope you have a great week. Keep looking up. Keep trusting in the Lord. Do something good for somebody. Love somebody. Do like Floyd does. Pick up the phone and call an elderly person that's in your life and tell them you're thinking about them and ask them, is there anything that you can do for them? We love you. Lord willing, the creek don't rise. We're going to see you again next Thursday night. Same time, same place for more Charlie Platt and the Dirt Road Sports Show. But until then, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, always be particular.
See
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.